Hi class, I just wanted to start out by saying over these last 4 weeks, I have truly enjoyed our class discussions, everyone's point of view, some different, some same, the constructive feedback by my fellow classmates and from Professor. So thank you so much. I'm just going to jump right into my paper here. Through the last 4 weeks, we've constructed an understanding of the meaning of our own opinions and the understanding of our developments as well as others. So with week one, I feel like week one set the stage for the entire following 4 weeks. It was the one that captured me in the, it engaged me in the readings. The one reading was my favorite. I feel like it created the bulk of my knowledge through this class, and it actually enticed me to do a little further research on social identity. So it was actually Harrow's with the socialization. So on creating our social identities, I feel like we are not born into this world with one. I feel like we are, we evolve into what we feel, our beliefs, and everything. I'm going to go through it, but I feel like, as newborns, we're born into these worlds, and we have no control over it at that point. We have no control over our families and their different beliefs, but this is how we are created. Our social identities are created. And, as children, we're these little innocent, predisposed little sponges. So we look up to our role models, which is usually our family, and I feel like they teach us, their norms, the stuff that they believe is proper and in the correct way. So at a young age, we are taught this, and I feel like we evolve into a mixture of what we're taught or what we're exposed to, and just a different mixture of the situations that we're exposed to. I like to use the analogy of a tree. I've used this in quite a few papers, so I'm going to continue it because it just makes the most sense for me. I feel like from the seeds, as babies, we are formed and we grow into these roots. We're already established, we're already born into the system, as I already said. The roots get watered, which is, I think, I'm comparing this to the tree. It's conditioned. So the watering conditions the water, it conditions the roots grow. And then, we grow, and this is how we're taught our norms and what is right. So we mature with these beliefs, and this is what we think is right. So now after all of these norms are instilled into us, we blossom and we thrive, and we don't have to believe that these are right, but this is how we decipher what we want to believe and what we want to pass down to our branches and our children. So I feel like this was the most important part of this class, which was this first week, because it allowed me to understand why I feel the certain ways that I do, and it allowed me to respect everyone else's opinion because they weren't conditioned the way I was, and that's why people disagree with certain things that I believe, and vice versa. So, through my family, through our beliefs, through everything that we do, this is why we do it, and this is why Joe Schmo does his differently, because he was just taught differently. It doesn't mean the one is right and the other is wrong. It's just how you feel and, how you were taught. So week 2, we brought in how race, class, gender, and gender were constructed. To the Gumbo Yaya, which Brown gives the example that everybody talks at once, I'm using this as an example back to the tree thing because I'm going to display this as my tree analogy. So the root, the family is the core. It's what maintains all of our integrity. So the root has all the DNA. It's spread out to all the different family members, and each member grows on their own. Like I said, you're going to taught that this is yellow, but you might think it's orange. So, you take what you're taught and you create your branches, and you will branch off and pass it down to yours as well. So I feel like it's a big mixture of our top beliefs, and this is how our identities are found. So the fact that everybody could talk at once, this is because they were all from the same roots. They are all taught the same history. And although this conversation is happening simultaneously, since they all have the same roots and most of the same beliefs, their different dialogue can be deciphered because they all believe in the same bulk of the root. So week 3, with the family and gender, Thompson offended me because I guess I just do not believe that women are genetically predisposed to. I don't feel like we have a gene that teaches us how to clean the house. I feel like that can be anyone's job, and anyone can do it as well as another. I feel like we don't live the days that that women should rely on a man, or anyone for that matter. I feel like I guess I feel this way because my grandmother, her husband died at a young age. She had 5 children under the age of 8. And she had to send them to school, feed them, and put a roof over their head. And she did it by working 3 jobs. So I guess that's how I got my family roots and my beliefs. So the end of my paper, I end it with, no matter what sex, what race, what gender you are, or your sexual preference, I feel like everyone should treat others equally. And one shouldn't contribute more than the other. I feel like this would reduce our resentment, the feeling of entitlement, and most of the animosity in the world. So again, that sums up my paper, and I hope everyone enjoyed and learned as much as I did. Good luck with your future classes. Thank you.